Hey, this is Paul Mazurkiewicz, the drummer from Cannibal Corpse, and you are watching Nrv-Tv. What is Cannibal Corpse? The question is. Cannibal Corpse is pure death metal, I guess. That would be my answer. To kill, this is not my will. I am compelled to slay. We always really just want to write dark music, albeit if it's fast or if it's slow or if it's, whatever, it has to be dark. And I think that's one thing that we really focused on our whole career is just writing the darkest music that we can write. For us, it's been gore, because there's other ways of being dark. A lot of, some bands are more satanic and some are more just, brutal in another sense. But of course, we wanted to be, what we are is writing gore horror stories. The reasons why we wanted to create the music that we do was, of course, the bands that we grew up listening to. Looking back, of course, the music that I was into in the early 80s with bands like Iron Maiden and Judas Priest and all that, it just progressed because we grew with the whole movement, into thrash metal, into death metal. It's cliche, but sure, the bands that were there that we were influenced by, Slayer and Creator and Sodom and Dark Angel, and of course all these bands had dark imagery, it just went hand in hand with the music, and it seemed to even get more crazy as it went. But I do remember when Alex came up with the name Cannibal Corpse, that was, of course, something that really, I think, changed us all in a way. We're a new band. All right, we're gonna have a show coming up. Oh, well, we need a name. We can't just go up and play as a no name. Oh, well, what are we gonna call the band? Oh, I don't know. And then Alex just says, "What about Cannibal Corpse?" Like, wow, Cannibal Corpse. With a band name like Cannibal Corpse, how could we be anything other, than gore, horror, heavy metal kind of a thing? Growing up, in the 80s, it's the usual, the movies of that time frame, when you're younger, getting into, oh wow, you've seen Halloween for the first time and the original Friday the 13th and The Exorcist and all the cliche horror films of the day. Of course were huge influences for us, because, we loved that, still do, but, growing up as teenagers, you love that. But it's always been secondary. It never was the main thing, it was always music first. We never wanted to teach people anything or preach to anybody, because we look at Cannibal Corpse as a whole as being, it is entertainment, whether you look at it or not, but we wanted it to be a fictional entertainment, a place where people can go and escape reality. Who the heck are we to tell anybody about politics or religion or whatever? We just want to go up and make music and have some cool horror stories that go along with it. So it's always been just fictional horror. Every country we go to and every place we play, people want you to be there, and that's why you go. We've been treated fairly well wherever we go. We did have a problem in Germany for a few years with censorship, with selling our first 3 CDs. That was our biggest problem. Coming to Germany, we can't play Hammer Smashed Face, we can't play songs off those records. So, kind of, there's a little sucked in a little way, you know, because Hammer is arguably our best, biggest song kind of thing. Everyone wants to see it. So, you know, we skated around it. We played other songs, you know, but it's good to be able to, finally it's all over for some reason. Okay, we talked to Metal Blade Germany one day. Oh, yes, you can play all your songs. Oh, okay, good. One country comes in mind just in general, and it probably has nothing to do with music or anything, but Japan is the nicest country in the world. When you're watching them during the show, you know, they're going a little bit, you know, but they're not, no way being like some of the pits that we're going to get in Europe or in America or South America, where they're just flying off the walls and people are going crazy. But what's weird about Japan is when you're done with the song, and they're waiting for the next song, you know, and so that's kind of weird, you know, because definitely we're used to more craziness going on at the show.
We'll see you guys next time.
Oh, of course. I mean, what we do, you know, still to this day, it's not for everybody, you know. And then for us to know, yes, we play some crazy death metal, you know, some crazy music that to most of the population in the world is going to think this is, what is this? And then, of course, throw on some very horrific imagery and throw in some crazy lyrics. It is surreal, more, I guess, would be the word, really, because to make a career out of it and be able to play a lot of places in the world is, you know, is definitely like, wow, this is great. But to put another take on this, I always think these days, what's the state of, say, death metal in 100 years from now? It's not going anywhere. It's going to be here forever, you know. But what is going to be like in 100 years, you know, or what's it going to have its influence on, say, regular music? I mean, is regular music going to be blast beats on the radio? And that's just, you know, who knows, you know? I mean, it'd be interesting. Hopefully we'll be able to, you know, wherever we are, look down and be able to see what is happening, because it'll be very interesting to find out.
Evisceration play.